Hey students, and welcome to week 2 of Composition 2. This is the week that we start really getting into our different sections of pop culture, and we're going to start thinking about getting started with our writing. So the first thing you'll see when you open up the week 2 folder is just a little overview of our first unit, which is going to be about advertising. Advertising is pretty ubiquitous. Everyone deals with it every day. You can't escape it. And so we're going to be analyzing it in kind of a critical way. So we've got 4 folders to get through this week. So we're going to start here with active reading. So before we get too far into this class, I want you to really be thinking about active reading. Being an active reader means that you're really thinking about your reading, you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and you're trying to get the most out of each reading assignment. This is going to be important because the better reader you are, the more efficient you're going to be as you try to get through the semester's worth of really, challenging and interesting essays. So I've given you just a little mini kind of lecture here in a video on active reading. And then I'm going to ask you to read a couple chapters. So you'll read from Common Culture in active reading, and then I'll have you do a little quiz in week 2 from They Say, I Say, chapter 1. When you're done with that, you're going to come back to the week 2 folder, mark reviewed, and then we're going to start with our next folder, the cult you're in. So we've got another little quiz. Again, this one's just for fun. It's a link, and so you'll be able to see the answers on the web page. And then I'm actually going to have you watch this PBS Frontline video called The Persuaders, which is about advertising and how advertisers work on us to convince us to buy things. It's a really interesting film. It's going to take a little time to watch it, but it's pretty easy to break it up into chunks. So be sure you budget some time for that this week. And then we're also going to read an essay called The Cult You're In by Collie Lawson, who is the editor of Adbusters magazine. And he is also one of the founders of the Occupy Wall Street movement. So I'll have you read this essay. It's quite provocative. And then we're going to enter this discussion board, The Cult You're In, and you're going to discuss some of those things. So here are the instructions for that discussion board. These are some of the things that I want you to focus on. Now, when you see discussion boards like this, you definitely don't need to answer all of the questions that are in this discussion board. These questions are just designed to get you thinking about the assignments. And then if you want, for fun, I've given you a link to the Adbusters website, which is kind of a satirical, critical look at advertising. All right, when you're done with that folder, we're going to come back to week 2. Be sure to click Mark Reviewed. And then we're going to look at the other side. So on the flip side, we're going to look at the benefits of advertising. So first, I'm going to have you watch this short video from TED, the TED conference speaker, on advertisers and things that advertising has really brought to our culture, benefits that advertising has created. And then I'm going to have you do a short assignment on the benefits of advertising. So you'll click this link and you'll answer these questions in this assignment. These are grape nuts, by the way. I was trying to find a picture of fiber. You'll find out when you read John Kelfy's article. And then I've given you a link so that you can check out some of these less bad advertisements for cigarettes. So it's kind of interesting to see how far we've come. Again, we're going to click Mark Reviewed when we've finished that folder. And then we'll come to our last folder, which is going to have our writing assignment for this week. So first, I'm going to have you head back over to your pop culture wiki, and I want you to start adding some content about advertising. So do a little brainstorming, add some pictures, add some links, add some videos about ads that you find interesting, ones that have worked on you. Do a little wool gathering when it comes to pop culture and advertising. Then I'm going to have you do a short writing assignment. So I want you to write about how advertising influences you. And so here are the instructions. You can just open them up as a Word document. This is going to be a short writing assignment, so it's worth 50 points. What I'd like you to do with it is I want to hear your experiences. I want to see you thinking about advertising, thinking about how it works on you or maybe doesn't work on you. And then to give you a sense of how that goes, I've given you kind of a little chat from me about how time when advertising has really worked on me, and I felt a little bit silly about it. And then you'll understand why this link is here when after you watch my little video, you can sort of see how advertising sneaks into kind of interesting places. All right, so when you're done with that, you're going to click Mark Reviewed. And that's all of your work for week 2. I know it looks like a lot because we've got 4 folders, but this will get us primed for moving forward with our advertising unit. All right, as always, if you have questions, please let me know.